Good morning. Happy Monday, smilers. I hope you're having a wonderful start to your Monday. I hope the weekend was really great for you. I am thankful for Mondays. Mondays are a new day, a fresh start. It's kind of like your own personal do over. Whatever happened last week is in last week, and you have today to start fresh. I this morning was in the bathroom and kind of just doing my hair and thinking, and I was thinking about fairy tales. It was kind of a talk slash prayer slash thinking slash meditation session this morning with God. And he reminded me of how much I loved fairy tales. And my favorite fairy tale is Cinderella. I adore Cinderella. I love the concept of the prince meeting this young lady who is unknown to him, and they have this amazing spark and they live happily ever after. Isn't that amazing? Amazing, but wrong. And I realized it sadly for the first time this morning. There was a big hunk of that I really looked over. So many times we look at a situation and we romanticize about what it'll be and how wonderful it is. And we set all these huge expectations up for this particular idea that we have. And we kind of miss things because we're blinded to what we really want, and we don't always see what we need to see. So as I started looking back on my favorite fairy tale of Cinderella, I thought about how he met her at the ball. She looked amazing. She looked beautiful. They danced. She almost missed the 12 midnight curfew and didn't make it home. And when she did make it home, I really started to think about, wow, she met the man of her dreams and had to go back to her life. Just go back to the way things were. But just that brief encounter was enough to motivate her and to keep her, just on an amazing glow and an amazing cloud nine experience. But I thought to myself, as long as I've watched that fairy tale, as long as I've seen it, the different adaptations of it, and all the cartoon version and the live version and the, Broadway version, I never even thought about the fact she met the man of her dreams, the man she loved and was going to marry, and went back to her life. And how that distance, and there was an obstacle there in between them, it did not go how it went in my mind. She met him, they fell in love, and they lived happily ever after. No, they had some issues, they had struggles, they had things that were trying to keep them apart from being together. The glass shoe that she left gets broken. So the one thing that he can use to find her, he doesn't even have. Then when he actually does find her, he is within a arm's distance of her. She can't even get to him because she's locked away. Oh my goodness, the opposition is amazing. But what's so wonderful is it does get to my part that I love, my happily ever after. But I realize that even in my own life, sometimes I look at it and I don't think my life is such a fairy tale. I don't think that is so amazingly wonderful, but it is. It just depends on what part of the fairy tale I'm in and what part of the fairy tale I'm living at this time. So I encourage you to know that there's going to be opposition, because there is in every fairy tale, and that God is with you though. Life does not always present itself in a glamorous way, and you go through things and you face things, but understand that God loves you and he's for you, and don't give up on your happily ever after. It's coming. It is on the way. And the things that you desire and dream for, you can have. Now, I was relating Cinderella because that's my favorite fairy tale, and it's about a man and a woman, but your fairy tale could be about anything in life. You may have a job goal that you want to reach. You may have started something new and adventurous in your life, as far as you're going to travel more, whatever you're going to do. I want to encourage you, seek your happily ever after, because it does happen and it will happen. And the promises of God are amazing and they are wonderful. And even though you have opposition and you go through things, you will have what God says you're going to have. Let's look at Ruth in the Bible. She faced opposition, but she did have her happily ever after. Look at Mary. Mary faced opposition, but she was able to be a part of the most amazing experience in life. She gave birth to the Savior. So keep your hope lifted. Let's start believing again. Let's start trusting again. Let's start looking for our happily ever after.